All right. You amazing, fantastic, incredible, delicious coach. You. Yes, I am Ben Dooley. I am MCC coach. I am here to help you and your coaching grow powerfully, deeply, amazingly, in incredible ways. Really. If you go to my website, bedo.org, bedo.org, as in being and doing, you're going to find so much stuff, including these videos. You may be there already, in which case, go nuts. And there's more classes, groups, one-on-one, everything to help you, including these little videos and little insights, little things that I've discovered along the way. And boy, there's a delicious one here. So I want to take a simple, probably safe assumption that you have gone out to a restaurant for dinner or lunch or breakfast or brunch or whatever it is. And so what happens? You go in, you sit down, you take a look at the menu, oh my goodness, look at all of these things that they have here. And then the waitress or waiter comes up and says, okay, what do you have? What do you want? Now, simple question. What do you want? Now, as the consumer who is at this lovely restaurant, you do not sit there and go, well, I'm really hungry and I just need you to fix and solve my problem and give me food. Right? You don't do that. You don't. So, what do? You start to narrow down. Well, you're hungry. Food is going to somehow address the issue, but is it the right thing to do? Is it the right thing? There's some foods you maybe don't want, some foods you maybe do want, some foods you don't like, some foods you shouldn't have because of an upset stomach, or you're allergic, or you just don't have a taste for. You're just not in the mood. Others, I'd be curious about this. So you narrow it down, right? You take this big giant menu and you start to narrow it down. Oh, actually, you know what I think I'd like a sandwich. I'd like a salad. They break it up into categories. They do that for you at the restaurant. They break it up into categories. Do you want a sandwich? Do you want a salad? Do you want soup? Do you want this? Do you want that? Now, they're not going to give you the answer, but they're going to help to narrow it down a little bit. Because just giving you food is like going to get a Vegas buffet. Just take everything. So they're going to narrow it down. But you still don't just say, well, I'd like a sandwich. They say, well, what kind of sandwich would you like? And that's where you start looking at the menu. And that's where the server, the waiter or the waitress, starts to work with you to help narrow down, well, what do you have a taste for? What kind of sandwich? Do you want a hamburger? Do you want a cheese sandwich? Do you want a chicken? Do you want fish? Do you want vegetarian? Do you want something else? What kind of sandwich? And then, just because you say, well, I'd like this kind of sandwich, then they go through all the details of it, don't they? They say, well, would you like that boiled, fried, baked? Would you like that with a sauce? Would you like, what kind of bread would you like that on? Rye, wheat, whole wheat, pumpernickel, sweet roll, whatever it is. They're getting more specifics. Oh, and then, so did you want a side order with that? Do you want potato salad? Do you want coleslaw? Do you want pickles? Do you want a side salad? Do you want this? Do you want that? What do you want? Because that server's whole job is to give you exactly what you came for. And most of the time, sometimes you walk into a restaurant, you know exactly what you want. Oh, I'm going into this place and I can't wait to get this particular dish. Ooh, can't wait, want it. But most of the time, think about it. You go to the restaurant for the experience or because you got invited there, you want to check it out and they've got food and you want food, but you're not going in knowing exactly what you want. You've got to narrow it down. Are you seeing a corollary here? I hope so. So you got to narrow down what kind of food do you want? And then all the details around it. And then, and only then she says, well, what do you want to drink with that? And did you want anything for dessert? And did you want an appetizer to go with that? Let's get clear and specific. Not once do you say, I don't know, just bring me whatever you think is good. Because, you don't know what she's going to bring you. So you make a clear request, a clear order for this is what you want. And then, and only then, does she turn around, go to the kitchen, and hand it off to Hank the chef and have them start to prepare it and make it for you. Sound like coaching, doesn't it? Now, granted, we're not giving them that exact result and outcome. We're not able to then put down the thing that they ordered and here you go, problem solved. We don't do that. But we do everything up to that point. We get really clear and specific. When your client comes to you with a problem, something big, I'm hungry, I'm frustrated, I'm stuck, I'm angry, I'm scared, this is my problem, I've got to fix this, I have these problems here, this is bad, I want more of this, I want less of that, all of these things, they're pretty big. Some kind of generic, some really complex and intertwined, and it can be really difficult. And then they say, here, fix this mess, coach. But you know better. You get to check it and hand it back to your coach. Give them the menu. So what specifically do you want? You get to categorize a little bit. So is this about the getting a little clarity and comfort here? Is this about sharpening your goals? Is this about really how to handle this upcoming conversation? Is this about sifting out and getting clear what you want? What is this about? You can offer them categories. And out of that helps them narrow it down. And then you get to say, so in this category, sandwich, salad, financial design, goal setting, whatever, in this, what specific thing do you want? Now they've got to figure this out. They got to figure it out. It's important. It's up to them to figure out. You can help them. You can give them a nudge. And the more you get clear and specific answers from them as to what they want to work on, the easier it is for you. You get that, right? I hope so. So, you get that clear. What do you want? Help them with a category. Help them get clear and focused of the specific thing. Even check in on what side dishes they want, what sauces they want, what spreads, what pickles, what bread, whatever. What dressing? Get the really clear, specific details of what they want. You can check in. What do you want by the end of this? By the time we're done coaching, what would you like as your outcome? That's the same thing. What do you want on your plate? Get that all really clear and specific. Now, I'm sure you are totally getting this makes your job as the coach so much easier. But there's more. This also gets the client back into the game. See, normally they're just giving you this big problem. Here's my problem, fix it, coach. And then when you keep giving it back to them and narrowing it down and getting it sharper and sharper, you're helping them to claim more responsibility. What do you want to work on? What do you want to deal with? What do you want by the end of this? It's pulling them back into it. And something magical very often happens. Not only do you have clarity about how to work with them much more effectively and powerfully? Not only are they now on the same page with you, you have a clear agreement, you have a clear design, and now they also have some responsibility and ownership on this. Not only that, but let's go to that food restaurant metaphor, right? When you've placed your order, you start thinking about it, don't you? You start getting excited. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that to arrive, that sandwich, that salad, that dinner, that whatever it is, and the side dish, and the bread, and the dressing, and the drink. Ooh, I can't wait. You start thinking about that specific thing that's coming to you. And it gets you more excited. It gets you more ready for it. Your brain and your whole sense starts to shift and accommodate and open up and be ready, be prepared for when this comes. You're doing the same thing with your client. By setting up that beginning agreement and that clear, specific request, you are also setting them internally, getting ready for it. Well, this is what you want, client. You just said you have this big problem, you want to work on this specific area at this specific point, and you want this specific outcome. Get ready. Now, you may or may not achieve that. That's not what we're talking about. All we're talking about is setting the agreement and expectations. And all of this starts to get in motion, and that makes your job so much easier. Now, what to do, when you hit it, when you don't hit it, blah, blah, blah. That's all later. That's in another video. But for now, practice. Take their order. Walk up to their table and say, hello, welcome to Shea Coaching. And what can I get for you? What would you like to order? And get it clear and specific. Practice it. Try it. You'll see. And come back for more. And until next time, happy coaching. Bye-bye.